Hey guys, it is Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Have a great song for you today. We're going to learn how to do Come Undone by Duran. So this is in standard tuning. I got a whacked out guitar tone on it that I'm just kind of approximating, I guess. So I won't go too much in that. I'm just kind of using a phaser. I don't really know what he's using. I think he's using some kind of zoom effect or something. I've kind of Googled it and nobody really can figure it out. But you know, you can use some type of a phaser. Sounds pretty good, and maybe you can kind of, and a little bit of delay, a little bit of reverb, but won't make this a tone lesson though. But I'm going to turn that off actually, so you can hear the notes on a playing. We have two sections of the song, signature guitar riff. So let's get into it. Please also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring that little notification bell so you know when I release a new video, and then I'll be sure to bug you quite a few times every week. All right, so let's start here. We're going to start with just a power chord here at the 8th fret, just in standard tuning, 8th fret on the low E, and then the G on the A string. So just strumming those two strings, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to take your index finger and move it back, kind of a stretch down. You're going to keep the pinky where it's at, and then reach this down to the 6th fret. So you got 6th fret on that, on the low E, and 10th on the A string. Strum that a few times, and then you're going to slide that down from 10 to 8. So we have this. Pretty cool. And then we do it again. We go now 2 frets down from this, still holding the pinky. So the index finger is at the 4th fret there on the low E, and then we're at the 8th fret on the A string. And the same thing, you're gonna slide that down 2 frets. So you gotta give your pinky a workout. So we have one more time, slow. All right, and then what we're going to do is grab the 6th fret, so the 2 fingers that you're not using there. Grab the 6th fret on the low E, 5th fret on the A string. And we just play those 2 notes, strum those, and then he does a little hammer onto the 6th fret with your pinky on the A string. So you hammer 5 to 6, and then back down to the chord we started with. So all together. Repeat. And just like that, you know one of the signature guitar riffs of the 90s. So really, really cool. And now we have the pre-chorus, which is the only other part of the song that we need to learn, because that riff we just played, not only is it the riff, the verse, it's the chorus as well. So we have this pre-chorus, which can be a little bit hard to really pick up underneath the band and the vocals, but it's got some really cool stuff in there. So let me pick through those notes again for you without all those effects on it so you can hear what's going on. Back to the chorus. All right, so let's start here. We're gonna start with the 4th fret on the low E, 3rd fret on the A, and 1st fret on the D. So you're gonna play this. It's an A flat major. So you're gonna pick across from the 6th string, let them all ring out, then 5, then 4. Then pick up that 1st finger and play the open D. Then you're going to go down and play the A string again that's holding that 3rd fret. So we have this. And then go back to the 1st fret on the D. So that's the first picking pattern. So we have this. All right, and now we're gonna pick through it again. Well, this one's a little bit easier to memorize. You're gonna pick across those 3 notes again. And then the open D, then down to the 5th string and the 6th. So it is. So all together so far. All right, and now we're going to come down to here, which is a G suspended chord, G sus4. But what's weird here is when they play this, let me just show you real quick. So that's how it's played. So I'll show you and then I'll tell you why it's weird. We have the 3rd fret on the low E, 3rd on the A string, and then the D string twice. So this. And then just pick the A string again and that D. So we have this. And then repeat that exact same thing. And it's that second time that you're playing, the vocal melody goes down to B. So you would think that this suspended chord would resolve that, because it would then match the vocal melody. But they don't. The guitar part underneath it, it still works, I guess, because the vocals are so much higher in the mix, obviously, and these are lower, and it just keeps this kind of floating quality about it. But you would think there's this dissonance there, kind of that kind of really, it's just a flat 9 on top. I mean, really, it's just a half step apart or outside octave or whatever. But they just keep it like that. So far we have this. All right, sorry I had to geek out on that sus chord on you. All right, so then we're gonna, now while you're holding this right here, you're just gonna leave the pinky there, but then grab this F, the 1st fret there on the low E string. So this is kind of the same with it that we did here, except it's F in the bass instead of that A flat. So you have to play it, that 1st fret on the low E, 3rd on the A, and then that 1st fret on the D string. So it's kind of an odd shape. So pick the 6, 5, 4, and then once again, pick up so you can play the open D now. And then play the 3rd fret there on the A, and then back to that 1st fret there on the D string. So we have this. And now the second time picking through it, which is just kind of starting the same way, except you don't go back to the 1st fret when you come back to the D string. You just hold it as the open D. So all together for that part off this F. All right, then back to that G sus4. All right, so just like that, same picking pattern we did before, but now we're just doing it once. It's building up to the chorus here. So the last chord here, you're gonna play the 6th fret there on the low E, that 3rd fret again on the A, and that same picking pattern we did here. It's just that note on the 6th string moves up. So all together for the whole pre-chorus. then when you come undone. All right, so that is the only two riffs in the entire song, but really, especially that main riff, signature guitar line. You play it, people instantly know it. It's a beautiful track, and I hope you enjoyed learning it. For GuitarLessons365.com, I'll see you guys soon.